This is a warning. There are some stories on this channel that may be a little bit disturbing to some. We not here to promote violence. We not here to glorify jail. We just here to state the facts of the things we experienced while incarcerated. When speaking about those who may have lost their lives in situations, we mean no disrespect to the family members of those people. Hopefully some of these stories will help decrease the violence between individuals in prison, and to bring awareness and help make it safer for those who may be suffering from the misconduct upstate New York.
There's 80, 90 motherfuckers in a sand pit just killing each other, right? And police, they come running through the gates like they about to do something. Everybody get on the fucking floor. Everybody stop. When they seen how out of control it was, they came to I'm talking like cartoon shit, like came to a dead stop. He said, everyone behind the gate. And they spun around and just blocked that gate. And that was it, boy. It was not coming back in there. Better not be praying for them to save you. You was all the way on your own. Know what's going on top right now, right? With what I was writing you, with all the police on strike,
niggas on
people
strike.
being locked in their dorms. I got JP's bros locked in right now, like telling it what's going on. Like people ain't getting their insulin shots, they meds, they not getting fed, they abandoned. I got a list of all the jails that are just abandoned right now, boy. Like niggas is just stuck, like Chuck.
That shit is insane, bro.
And that's why I figured too, like, I don't know if you spoke about it yet or whatever, but, you know, motherfuckers watch you, bro. Like, motherfuckers need to know the truth, man. You got a good platform to really let the truth out. You heard? Like, that Marcy shit, like, they didn't know how they treat us up there, bro. Like, when them niggas got caught on that Marcy shit recently, you know how happy I was? I know 4 of them, right? 2 of them I didn't really know. I just knew they were pieces of shit when I was there, because that was the first spot I hit. And the other 2, they damn near killed me. We gonna get into that too, you heard? But they damn near killed me.
You said them same police that got charged, them niggas also, you know them from an incident from you being in Marcy?
Hell yeah, the Kessler and Fisher, bro. Facts. Boy, they threw me in a van, handcuffed, face first, and like 8 of them got in the van and fucked me up because they set me up. I had left. I got to Marcy. I was there for like 6 months. And like I said, I had a DWAI case when I caught the real big shit. And they never finished that shit up, that other piece of shit lawyers. So they fucking put a drag order on me and took me back to Suffolk County, right? So I go back to Suffolk, square that shit away. All they did was add on a year concurrent with my flat 6 already. And I come back up to Marcy. While I was in Marcy, I was lit. Boy, I was the electrician on the compound. So I had all types of bouncing around one side, 2 side, like I'm good. But they're racist up there. And they thought I was just a regular white boy. That's why I got the job. Now, I guess somehow he realized that I'm a king, you know what I'm saying? So he had did some shit right before I left where like when we leave, we got to go through the mag in the maintenance building, and then you stand with your arms straight out, your legs spread, they fish you real quick, you know what I'm saying, pat you down. He came up in between my legs and kind of tapped the bottom of my nuts, and I popped up a little bit like, yo, he like, don't move when I'm frisking you. I said, yo, why would you do that though? So now I come back, and I didn't feel good that day. And I was being a man about it. Instead of being a bitch and sitting in my dorm, waiting for my supervisor to call why I ain't come, I said, let me just go down there, let him know I don't feel good, and see if I can stay back. So I do that. He like, yeah, we good today, bro. Go lay down. So I'm in there 2 seconds. I go through the mag. I'm standing like your first guy. He gets down by my waist. He comes from behind in between my legs and taps me in my nuts twice. Pow, pow. Now I'm standing with my arms straight out, and I ain't gonna hold you. The first initial move, that was just a reaction. Like, my arm came down, I slapped his wrist off. Pow! What the fuck is you doing? Now he like, oh, you wanna hit me, motherfucker? So he's behind me. He got like some weight to him. He trying to run me into the wall in front of me. I'm like, nah, bro. I put my foot up. Stop that shit. Like, nah. So I'm trying to talk to him like, yo, it ain't gotta go like this, bro. Like, I wasn't trying to hurt you, but you violated. Like, I'm trying to talk to him, and then in my head I'm like, this nigga already pushed a button, man. Now he's trying to choke me from behind. I'm like, nah, fuck this. I just turned around, popped on him, pop. So now I start shaking with him. By the time they come in, I'm teeing off on them. And they got cameras in the building, so they did the right thing. They cuffed me up the right way and all that. But I'm walking out, they whispered in my ear like, yo, you fucking dead. Touch my brother. I'm like, suck my dick, pussy. So they handcuffed me, threw me in the van face first. I don't even know how many times they drove me around the compound, bro. The one dude straddled me and put his hands on my forehead and lifted my head up. And the rest of them just lit it on me, bro. I had son in the back. He's literally trying to just break my ankle. Like, he's just jumping up and down as hard as he can. I just keep moving my legs trying to get out the way. They wound me up so bad, bro, I couldn't even get out of my bed. I'm in a small box in Marcy. And you know, the nurse is dirty as hell, too. She write down, like, this shit happened in the incident in the building. Like, they ain't just drive me around the compound for 20 minutes beating the shit out of me. But I didn't know if I was going to make it out the van. Because ain't no guarantees. You heard, like, how many people you hear this shit happen to? I'm like, damn, I'm the next one. They gonna kill me. They got 8 people stomp me out. I'm already in handcuffs, face first. I can't do shit. So they decide they take me to the nurse. Boom, they put me in a small box. I can't even get out of bed to get my tray. None of that. I'm fucked up. So I get a call like, yo, you got a lawyer visit. I'm like, damn, I called a new one already. I'm coming to tell me I got to get a rain or some shit. And my peoples looked out like they knew shit was bad. My son in my crib got in contact with my sister like, yo, you need to call the prison legal service. I'll be honest with you. He's like, I think they might have killed your brother. So she had a lawyer from the prison legal service come to the spot with a camera, all that. They called me down to the visiting room. He started taking pictures of me, asking me what happened, blah. So I'm telling him all this shit that happened, boom. He take pictures of me, and he like, yo, I'm gonna help you out the best I can. I'm you know, when you get your sentence, you know, I'll write an appeal for you. So now I go to my hearing, and as soon as he start the tape, I'm like, I want to talk to Priya. Mind you, I never been in this. It's my first time, like I said, Marcy's my first spot, bro. I've never been in like real trouble before, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know really about like how to handle the situation that great, but I was getting some advice from some of the peoples in there, and they telling me like, yo, Priya is real, like stand tall on that, bro, because they don't want to deal with them, you heard? Like, so as soon as he hit that shot, I said, yo, I want to talk to Priya. Boom, pops the tape. What's going on? I said, you know what's going on. I said, he violated me as a man. I said, your officer hit me in my nuts and violated me as a man. I said, that's sexual assault, bro. I want to talk to Priya. He said, what do you want? I said, what I don't want is a new charge. So he like, all right. He like, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 4 months and recommend 3 months loss of good time. I didn't even know about good time at that point. I just heard no charge, outside charge. I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll take it. So I end up going to upstate box after that. Mind you, I'm on the compound. It's like one of my last days there. It's like a Sunday. And nothing's moving. Like, I'm watching, ain't nobody go to chow, ain't nobody go to early yard. So I'm like, yo, something happened on the compound. So apparently what happened was one of the bitches working in G1, I think it was, at G2, she started bringing in liquor for one of the homies, started giving them heads, started fucking with them. You know, motherfuckers can't keep nothing quiet, bro. Like, they can't resist telling their man. So now I got a package, but there's 6 of us going down to get it. We all drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, they blew it up. So next thing you know, they shut the whole jail down, came, arrested her, took her out. So we start finding shit out. Late ass people start coming into the box or whatever. And Marcy was nasty, man. Like the police there, yo, like there was the main dude in my crib from Monday to Friday, his day shift. His name was C.O. Crow. I done watched him set up at least 6 people with grips. Get him up out of there. Mostly homies. He hated the homies, especially if you started pressing his little group of like, you know, little minions and little bitches that he had in the crib and shit. Like he'll put shit in your he'll put shit in your locker, your baby powder. He'll pull you in a little corridor in the front to say he want to talk to you, and then pop on you, pull the button, talk about you popped on him. Like he was foul. So it was a whole bunch of people. That's what I'm saying. Like that dude Fisher, yo, he would pull people on the walkway as we go on the chow, wherever the yard. He'd be like, you know you're not stupid enough to answer to you anyway. First of all, hey, in the green, hey, you, I ain't answering to none of that. If you ain't talking inmate, I'm not turning around. You heard? Like that's the 48 right there. That's how they catch you. First person to turn around when he say, hey, you in the green. I said, yeah, you, come in. He wasn't talking. He was just a dummy that turned around. He pulling people over in the middle of the street. He got him up against the front of the van, hands wide, legs wide. He credit carded dudes right in the walkway. Like, yo, that's your fault, though. As a man, I'm not letting nobody credit card me. You gonna run your fingers up my ass crack looking for whatever the fuck you looking for? I'm gonna just hold that down in the middle of the walkway? Like, you wildin'. They run into your crib, bum rush you late night, 1:30 in the morning. You might be in a bathroom taking a piss with your joint in your hand. This nigga pulling you off the urinal up against the wall. They frisking you, all types of weird shit. Like they would come in masked on, like they were on demon time for police. You know they got like their own gangs up there and shit, bro. That's real talk right there. Like especially the higher north you get, you know what I'm saying? The higher up you get, they got that white supremacy shit up there heavy, bro. And they all fucking cover for each other. Half of them are all related in the towns you in, the jails you in. Got six of the same last names on the deputy and superintendent list and all that bullshit. That's why the public needs to actually catch on what's going on. Like when they caught that video coming out of Marcy, like yo, bless that CEO that did the right thing and stood up. Like nah, this ain't right what they doing. Or the people still want to know about it. They don't want to hear us telling them. They need something like that to really see what goes on, right? So
when you saw that joint on the news, you immediately recognized some of them police?
Nah, I didn't immediately recognize them. I had seen the video, but then my aunt had sent me a list of all of them. And then that's when I started recognizing names. That's when I was like, okay, him, I didn't know them, but they were pieces of shit. And Kessler and Fisher was the head of the whole squad. Like, they were like the Black Glove squad. Like, he was the head of them. He ran on them. But Kessler was like his, like, lapdog type. He was his, like, second in command little bitch. And I know for a fact that they were 2 out of the 7-8 people in the van that day that put the beats on me for sure. So to see these motherfuckers get jammed up now, you know what I'm saying, it's finally like, because the nurses, they just is like, they crazy, bro. They write what the police tell them to write, period. So I was glad to see that the nurses got jammed up and all that, because what's they motto up there? Care, custody, control? Fuck out of here. So now I leave Marcy and I end up going to upstate box. Matter of fact, first of all, when I come up from the county, I get stuck in downstate for like 3 months over a technicality, some bullshit, right? Mind you, I told you I got my GED when I dropped out at 18, right? So now when I get to downstate, they're like, yo, you got to take this test, that test, GED test. I'm like, yo, I got my GED already, bro. I don't need this shit. So I literally went in and filled out like and just any dumbass shit and went back to my cell. So they honestly thought that I had a learning disability. Like they thought they were going to have to send me somewhere to like show me how to brush my teeth and shit. And because I had scored so low, I got like a 40 or some shit or a 35 on my IQ test, you heard? But the guy that they have that because once you fail on that test, you got to go sit in front of somebody. He has to test you personally. He went out on hip surgery. So I'm like, yo, I go to Downstate. I'm watching people I keep up with. They going. I'm watching people coming up after me. They leaving. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Ain't nobody telling me. They're like, yo, you might be CMC. I'm like, how I'm CMC? This is my first bid. I never tried to escape from nowhere. And then I found out it was because homeboy was out. He had a hip surgery. He came back. We did like a 2-day test. And like the next day, they shipped me off to Marcy, right? When I got to Marcy, I got lucky too because, like I said, I had electrical experience in the town. I was fucking with a union at the time. I was going to school for like 3 years. So I told them that, like, they sent me to building maintenance, and I told him the first day what I was working with. He like, matter of fact, they looking for someone to do electric here. He talked to the civilian, and he popped up at my dorm and asked me a bunch of questions that I had all the answers for. So he's like, all right, you're hired. He like, have your union send your paperwork up here, and we'll what's that shit called? Well, whatever, like, you'll be void from having to do any type of programs, you know what I'm saying? You go straight to work, like, you don't have to do the fucking 6-month building maintenance, any of that, whatever. So I did that because I became the electrician on the compound, and I was bouncing around, I was loopy. So now, boom, I go to Upstate Box, my first time in, like, the real box, and eventually I get a bunkie. Me and him are good, we vibe. And it's like my last week there, and I'm like kind of talking out loud on the gate, like, I wonder where I'm going, man. Washington, this one or that one. He like, fuck you mean, bro? He's like, you going to a max? What do you mean I'm going to a max? I said, boy, I got a 6 flat. I said, why would I go to a max? He's like, yo, you got assault on staff, man. He's like, that shit up your classification. I'm like, what? I didn't know about none of this shit. It's all new to me. So I'm like, I see the guidance lady like this. My max? She's like, yeah, you're in the box. Of course you're max. I said, yeah, I get that. I said, listen, I'm out of here in a week. Check on me. She come back. She like, yeah, you are. So he knew it. He like, listen, bro. He like, you either going to Clinton, Comstock, or Attica. He's like, those are the 3 jails they're going to send you to. So I end up getting sent to Clinton. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I pull up in front of Clinton. Me and one other dude who got released that day, we go. This shit look like Castle Grayskull, you heard? I don't know, you ever been there?
Yeah.
So when you pull up, you see that shit, bro. I don't know, that shit just look mad old and just like wild.
The
like
biggest wall, man. They wall is crazy.
Yeah, like it just looked like I just never seen no shit like that before. I mean, I already knew I was in a fucked up position when it was September, and I'm in Upstate Box. There's still leaves on the trees that got colors on them, and it's snowing out. I'm like, where does it do that at? Like, I'm from LI, bro. I ain't never seen it snow in September. What the fuck are you talking about? Where the fuck am I right now? So, bang, they drop me off. I go down to Clinton. From the first day I got there, you know, when you get to a new jail, you gotta go to medical that night, all that. We go to medical that night. Already somebody come in, got their whole shit split, come in leaking. From that day to the day I left, which was like 3 years later, it might have been like a handful of times in that whole time that an alarm didn't go off throughout the day, or somebody ain't get shot or popped or stabbed. Like, the environment was just so tense all the time. Like, a war could pop off at any second, right? So I'm there I got there October of 18, right? So boom, October, November, December, January. So like, I think it was March or April. I was there for a few months. It was the first time I ever seen a war, like a real war up north, right? And it was between the white boys and the homies. And, you know, there was a build up to the shit, obviously. And then there was a situation outside. So, you know, that whole shit stemmed over a stick of deuce. You heard? Like Son sent them a bottle, and Son sent them a stick of deuce that was some like half-ass bullshit. So the white boy felt some way. Like, he even came to me at the gym like, yo, son, I said, so what you telling me for, bro? I said, either pop on them or let it go. You got two choices. So like a week or so go by. He pull up on me like, yo, I got him. So what you mean you got him? So what happened was he had some shit he was brewing and he knew it wasn't ready. And son hollered like, yo, I got a piece of Nita for a bottle. So he like, all right, send it. So he sent it. He sent him the bottle, knowing that shit wasn't nowhere near finished. So when they go out to the yard later, he like, yo, that shit was bogus. I want my brick back. It was one of the Macs. He like, nah, that's a dub, bro. You got me the other time, so we even. So him and the other Mac, I guess, put a play together and tried to swipe him on top of the hill that he weaved it. Boom. So he go down to the white boys and they, as they should, that's their man, arm them up. You know what I'm saying? So now he in the middle of the yard and they try to get him again. He tried swiping, but he had to pick, so now he backing him up. So ain't nobody really got hit because everybody's fake backing up because they seen what he has. So next thing you know, police try getting involved, and this is one of the funny shit that I seen, bro. He went to go hit him with the can, and son moved, and he hit the CO behind him, like that in his shit. You heard? He like, yo, John, you hit me. I can't say. We all laughing and shit. Yeah, take him to the bathroom, start washing his eyes out. Right?
He said, who hit the CO?
The CO hit the other CO because he tried to spray Sonny and son bobbed it. You heard? And the CO was right behind him, and he hit his man in the face with the shit. So he's screaming, bong, they take them in. Now you see the tension out his words. So the next day, you know, the little white boy that was really like running them, he had a fucking attitude problem. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really like son too much. He thought he was too tough. You know what I mean? Like one of them little short men complexes, whatever.
The dude was running the white boys?
Yeah. He had 75 to life respect. You know, he had the numbers that he had to do, but he just had a real fucking. I think he was from upstate somewhere. His name was. He was just a real cocky little arrogant motherfucker. You heard? Like. Anyway, he promoting shit all day. He telling all the white boys, yo, come out, everybody come out. So you know, everybody in the jail know what's going on. Police, everybody know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We all go outside. It was a 3 to 5, and they got 48'd. The homies. First of all, it was supposed to be with the Max, but you know how that go. When it's outside shit, the hoods stick together. It becomes one. So even though it was with the Max, everybody got involved. The 8th, Jess, UBNs, everybody got involved. So they're up against a lot more people than what they should have been up against. They probably should have been up against 15, 20. It was up against like 60, 70. And there was probably like 40 of them or such. So it's the end of rec. They start calling houses and they called C Block 36. Oh, and mind you, I'm out there the whole time, and the bros is like trying to keep me hostage on the court. I'm trying to go down to see the other bro in the weight pit and go get a piece of Nita, you heard? And they like, nah, twin, chill, cause you know, some niggas know you, but some niggas don't, and niggas might mistake you for just regular blanquito, and next thing you know, so I'm listening. But now it's like towards the end of the record, I'm like, yo, fuck all that shit, man. I'm going down there. So the other bro, Mo, he like, I'm gonna come with you, twins. Boom. So we go down there, I get what I gotta get. Just as we coming back, we about to get through the gate to get to get off the flats. And somebody popped off the line and shot the head white boy, bang, as he was going back to his crib. So what happened, they waited to the end. The white boys figured the shit was quiet and put all the big shit away, you heard? They got outsmarted. Homies did it right and hit him. Boom. So once he sparked him, now the whole shit gets lit. So the bro grabbed me like, yo, just sit down. So we just sat up against the fence. So now we got literally front row seat to this crazy situation, right? There's 80, 90 motherfuckers in a sand pit just killing each other, right? And police, they come running through the gates like they about to do something. Everybody get on the fucking floor. Everybody stop. When they seen how out of control it was, they came to I'm talking like cartoon shit, like came to a dead stop. He said, everyone behind the gate. And they spun around and just blocked that gate. And that was it, boy. It was not coming back in there. Better not be praying for them to save you. You was all the way on your own. So now, shit is lit. First round go off, shit is super lit. Everybody getting crazy. They start shooting wild canisters from the towers. I ain't never experienced that shit before, so I got a t-shirt wrapped around. Oh, that shit does nothing. But I was choking, tearing up, like snot running out my nose, all that shit, bro. Yo, face, everything on fire. So finally the smoke cleared. They start shooting canisters. Everybody takes their respectful sides. And now, mind you, all the homies come back to where I'm sitting at. All the white boys go on the other side of the yard. And here I am. I'm just chilling with the bro Mo. So I'm starting to see people looking a little sideways at me. And the bro peeped it too, like, yo, twin, you point. Next thing you know, my son, we was locked up a few cells away from each other. We had built a relationship. He was one of the big jets at the time. He peeped it too. He was like, yo, that's the bro right there. That's quiet. He was like, oh, all right, cool. They must have been wondering, like, yo, what is this crazy motherfucker doing on this side? You heard? So the smoke clears, but the police fucked up. They wasn't ready to rush us yet. So what happens? One of the homies get up, grab a garbage can. Now, mind you, there's like 7, 8 white boys that are just scattered throughout the yard in the sand. Some of them are moving, some of them aren't. Some that was in front of me, he was like 10, 15 feet in front of me. I'm pretty sure I watched him take his last breath. Like, all of a sudden his chest was moving, then it wasn't. I tapped the bro like, yo, I think he gone, boy. Like, and we looking, he like, yeah, I don't see him breathing. So whatever, he hit somebody with a garbage pail, bang. So a white boy comes up off the sidelines, throws a garbage pail at him. Now you got round 2. I ain't gonna hold you though. Some of them white boys didn't go back in. They stayed on the sideline. There was some true warriors in there, but some of them had enough. So a bunch of people run in again, get crazy. A bunch more people get cut and stabbed. A bunch more tear gas gets shot. Now the police are ready. They got the gas masks. So now everybody can't breathe again. They separate. Now they bum rush us. Everybody gets cuffed. If not cuffed, then plexi cuffs, zip ties. We all get brought to the mess hall. If you got caught on the flats, you were going to the mess hall, and if you was locked up on the hill, they was bringing you back to your cell. So I get brought to the gym, and they all looking at me. Mind you, I don't got a mark on me. I ain't do nothing. I had no reason to be involved in the situation. And they all looking at me like, well, why was you fighting out there? I said, listen, man, I might be white, but that wasn't my fight. I said, that shit had nothing to do with me. Don't ask me about it. So we all in the cafeteria in the mess hall for like 4 or 5 hours. They ain't let none of us use the bathroom. Motherfuckers is pissing themselves. It's crazy. These hands are turning purple. You got these zip ties on so tight, nobody can feel nothing. Finally, after like 5 hours, they start taking us back to our cells. So, we locked down for like a week. Then, of course, whatever the east side does, the west side reciprocates. So as soon as they let the west side out, they let them go right out to the yard. As soon as they go out to the yard, it pops. Boom, they get their shit off. We locked down like a whole nother week. So that was my first ever like war experience, and that shit opened my eyes. Like, yo, this shit is real. Like, really real. Like, people lost their lives that day. I watched one of them take his last breaths, and it was like, I think 1 or 2 other people that didn't make it. And that shit checks you real quick into reality. You really realize where you're at. Like, I've been there for probably like 5-6 months at this time, and I had already peeped how it was definitely different than being in Marcy for sure. But then you see some shit like that, you like, wow, this shit is wow. So that was the first one I seen. There was 5 other wars that happened while I was there. Then there was a demonstration as well against the police.